Mate, hello? What the hell is that? Oh my god, I'm just made it. Oh my goodness, this is really unbelievable.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Take It to the Max show with Grandmaster Max Dlugy. I'm here to play in the 5-minute pool and show some, hopefully, magic as I explain what's going on as I play. Meanwhile, my congratulations to Wesley Saw for winning the tiebreak of the U.S. Championship against Alexander Onyshuk, and of course, my congratulations to Alexander for doing so great and tying for first in such a notable field. I saw Alex as he was leaving the Final Four of the College President's Cup in New York, and he really didn't think he could pull it off. I've always thought he could, and it's really one game, 2 games, and suddenly you have a different mentality about what's going on. And of course, at one point he won 3 in a row, and that got him back into the fight. And it was a close event, and of course Wesley uh, for Wesley it was almost like a walk in the park. He kind of didn't even break a sweat except in one game against Gadi Kamsky, where he suddenly landed himself in trouble from a slightly better position, I guess, from the opening. But I think Wesley has great things ahead of him, so I'm not surprised. It was such an easy performance for him to finish up in first place eventually. And of course, my best go out to Sabina Fleischer as well, who won the U.S. Championship yesterday in the final kind of matchup against Nazi, who almost defended her title. So we have a little bit of a change of the guard. Irina Krush and Anna Zatonskih are having trouble with the youngsters as they're doing great 2 years in a row now. We'll see if next year one of them, Irina or Anna, come in and fight for first in a real way, or maybe the youngsters will continue improving and surprises will continue in a way. Meanwhile, where's my opposition here? Oh, by the way, April is of course hard packed with lots and lots of events, so stay tuned and watch for them. There's the Granky Open with Magnus and the Zurich Cup and all these things that are just gonna hit us beginning almost tomorrow with the European Women's Championship, and on and on and on throughout the month of April, which is just the most incredibly packed with super chess event month. So stay tuned, watching for the great commentary ICC has to offer, and I will be certain to look into how everybody is doing and comment on it in my on my show here. Since obviously there's no playing going on right now. What is going on? Amazing. That's been a while to actually get a game here. What is going on? Is everyone still watching the 5-minute pool? Should I play a 1-minute game to get everything, to get the juices flowing? Let's see. See if we can get, okay, 1 minute. Oh, no, I got a 5-minute game. Okay, against a 1900. Well, hey, maybe it'll be very instructive. Let's see. Okay, d4. Let's play the King's Indian on defense against Encantador, or whatever he allows me to do. Aha. Plays for the, okay. Very good. Very good. Okay, now probably knight e4. And takes. Let's see, how is this going to work as well as my London? The London I like to play. Kind of feel like c5. Feels like that should be the right move. And now I can take. And now there's no bishop h6 because I can take and take on d4. That was my idea. Well, let's hit the center hard. Now, okay. I guess I should play for c5, so here it goes. Queen b6 to play c5. Now I have a big center. Nothing special. Well, London is a hard nut to crack, whatever way white plays it, in a way. You can always play it any which way, and it's still tough. They do have center pawns, which may come in handy. e5, f5 is my idea. For now, maybe bishop e6 and rook d1, though. Don't want to play it, but okay, let's do it. Because I really want to get rook d8 in here. Rook d8 simply Ho 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 ho. All right, let's make a dent in the center a little bit at least. Just a little bit of a dent. Okay. Very good. Okay, let's stop the b4, otherwise we could really be in for some dark squared blockade, maybe. Wow. How to win this? Okay, let's try to double on the d file. Okay. Now d5, queen e5, right? So, okay, queen e5. Queen e5 and queen d2. Let's defend the d pawn for now. All right, let's take this. King f6. I don't like king f6 because of c5. Here at least I stopped c5. Okay. Trying to play e4 here. Create some traction. Something out of this, huh? My perfect opponent. He's not making a single mistake. What's going on? Oh. Tough game. Okay, let's try getting the f pawn. Let's try getting the f pawn going. Okay, at least I got a little bit of a better king. All right. Okay. A bit of a breakthrough here. Hopefully. A bit more of a breakthrough now. With 2 pawns extra. That will be something nice. Wow. Encantador. Played 40, almost 40 perfect moves. It's really tough. I'm not saying really perfect, but like, you know, holding it in. Now we have problems with Encantador, I think. 2 pawns is a lot. Is a lot to breach. Actually, King F3 was really still tough. But I think he lost heart a little bit. Wait, if Rook C8, yeah, Rook C8 is good because they're gonna force some maneuvers from white to go over the second rank, and that's gonna be nice. Like Bishop E6. Okay, then King F5. That should eventually win a piece. Bishop F7, Rook C7, for example, or Rook F8, Rook E7, King F6. All right, my opponent agreed, and I gained a point. I gained the point. Let's see what happened there. That was a tough game. So, yeah, I mean, C5. So I wanted to weaken this D4 pawn. Maybe it wasn't even the right idea, but now I never felt I had anything real here. So now I'm going for the C5 break to at least get rid of my weakness on the C file. And now somehow I needed to mobilize all my pawns, but I didn't want white to trade queens while I'm doing that. So I played Bishop E6 and then F5. Okay, now I have a little bit more space, but that's all very little. And now white's doing exactly what he needs to. He's mobilizing his queenside majority. And yeah, even C5 was completely playable, I think, and just stick the pawn on A4 if needed. I think that was fine. But white is taking the easy. I'm blocking. Rook D6. Yeah, I couldn't find a way. I mean, I could, of course, try to slowly improve on this side. Let's say H5, H4, but first of all, white can play H4 himself, and secondly, white doesn't have to play H4. So, okay, I didn't have this patience to wait. Maybe I should have. Now the question is, how do I get out of it? So I defended the d pawn, and now I play queen d4. Okay, takes, takes. Now, of course, I could play d5, but that's not so interesting. So, and white immediately plays to open up the position for the bishop. Absolutely correct. A4. Yeah, here I think white started floundering. He should have played like just king f2, and I don't know. I was going to play something like this, but I don't think it would have amounted to much. Okay, my good old friend Goldmund, who's beaten me already a couple times lately, and so I'm going to have to come back today. This is my comeback day with my King's Indian. Yeah. Queen d2. I don't really understand. I guess the idea is to have me blunder playing e4, knight e4. That's the basic idea. But other than that, what is the idea? I guess as well bishop f5. Okay, so I need to develop my knight somewhere. Okay, let's get it out to a6. Okay, the queen has done what it needed to do. It can leave. The knight may be headed for b4 if my bishop gets a parking spot on f5. I'm not sure how well it will be parked, but for now I can also think about playing e4. Okay, that got white satisfied, so let me take now. And I get a new parking spot, c5. And there it is. Okay, that I'm not worried about. Now, the typical change of guards. My rook goes to d8, and my bishop comes back to c8. To open up all the lines. Okay, white is going very ballistic here. So time for me to figure something out. d5 is not good. Okay. How should I? All right, let's try to open up something somewhere. a4. White plays b4, the bishop is shut out. And white takes, c4 is hanging, so. Let's see how this works. Also, taking an a4 is not really smart, as I play rook a8 at some point, right? So my piece is kind of developed a bit. Okay, now b6 check. Okay. Okay, let's see. h5, g5. Let's just park out here and see what's going on. For now. Can't figure it out, that's why. I could play g5, but f5, I'm not sure. Maybe h6. Maybe I should play h6, g5, like that. Wow. Missed that idea completely. Alright, let's sacrifice then. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this works. Wow. Okay. Oh, rook takes knight, knight takes. I missed that. That's a shame. This is not gonna look good. This is not good at all. This is really bad then. Wow, what to do? Yikes! This is just losing. Mm-hmm. God. This is completely over. My God. Not even close. How did I get into such a mess? Seems so good. Not so bad. And no time either. No time either. Yeah. Oh well. Win some, you lose some. This one I'm going to lose. But that was actually a very good game by Goldman, who kind of kept it all together. All right, I'm going to resign. Doesn't make sense. So yeah, I mean, this is okay. Well, got Godzilla on my tail. Wow. Let's play Godzilla instead then. What did I do wrong in that game? That seemed like a plausible position, but then I just gave it up somehow. Godzilla's from Japan. Gotta be scared of that situation. The bishop trade does not worry me. I think that bishop is the best minor piece black had. So okay. All right, let's go for it. Let's go for it. I think I have a space advantage. My c pawn is protruding a bit above and beyond the normal Call of Duty. Therefore, I have a space advantage. Now, how to make use of it is a good question. Very good question. What does my knight belong on d3? To put some pressure on the b pawn, maybe? Probably. Also, I can trade off the queen, which may be something I want to do, I guess. But the key is black's knight on a6, which is not looking that great, I have to say. So that's probably the cause, the reason for my advantage, if I'm right. And I do have an advantage. And that's the reason. The knight on a6, not the best knight in the world. There it is, moving quickly away. Okay, well, it wasn't the best, but now it's on c6. And my knight has a beautiful outpost behind the kind of isolated b pawn, right? Okay, d5. Takes c5. Play rook a5 and rook a4 and bishop d2. How's black going to defend against that? Let's see. Let's try it. Rook a4 and bishop d2. Just an idea. Okay, then c5. Then, okay, maybe knight c5. Maybe knight c5, but then maybe knight c5, maybe c5, c5, queen b5, rook a1, bishop b, knight e4. Not very clear who's better off from this. Okay, but there's a trap here which I gotta go for. Knight e6 is a possibility here. On queen a7, there's knight a6, knight e6, which I think black may miss. Otherwise, if bishop... Oh, no. That one I missed. Oh, boy. Simply missed that shot. That's a beautiful shot, knight d4. Wasn't even looking that way. Yeah. I guess I might as well get rid of that weak c-pawn. Well, no choice. No real choice there. Yeah, pretty awful position, actually. Pretty awful position. Well, please bring my rook back to somewhere realistic. Okay. Guess knight f3 is better than knight wherever. b3 is possible, right? Then I have to go knight e1. Can't allow the rook to go into c2, that's for sure. A very horrible position, let's put it this way. At least I can move my bishop, hopefully. So I can move my bishop to b6 or something. Very bad. Not sure about the way black is playing, but position is quite bad still. F3, E4, that's really awful. Okay, now I can play knight F3 now. I used to take with the G pawn, and then maybe I can grab the B pawn. I did grab the B pawn, didn't I? It's now even Steven. All right. Blunder just now? This is really ridiculous. Oh my god. Why would I do that? Why would I blunder at the last possible moment when everything was solved? Everything was fine already. And I just blundered. This is just horrible the way I'm playing. Despicable. Completely despicable. Alright, take that guy. I may not lose this. Wow. I may not lose this at all. I'm actually pawn up crazy enough. I don't know how that happened. Plus I have more time. Okay. Queen e2 was a blunder on purpose, by the way. Did I win that game? Are you serious? That's insane. What happened there? All right, let's get to a position which I thought was interesting. So here I thought I was better, and I played this, and then a4, b4, a5. Okay, maybe the pawn should have stayed on a4. It's possible, but I thought this was a better position now. I completely misplayed it. This was okay, I think. This knight maneuver looked good, but maybe I'm wrong. And this was an excellent move that I just completely now. I didn't like to allow this. I thought this would be like a fight. Well, of course it is a fight, but who's a better? Maybe I'm actually doing fine here. I have a protected pass pawn, and that's something. Now I think, let's see, let's go back, because somehow this position was nice. How did I ruin it? a6, I don't know about a6, knight d3. Anyway, I would look into that position. I think white had an advantage. I misplayed it, of course, but managed to persevere in that horrible endgame, or position rather, a pawn down, and that gave me some chances in the time control later on, later on, basically. All right, let's try the mate block quickly. All right. Here I go. Here I go. I'm going to move my knight. I don't know why black moved their knight. Well, no, of course I do, but I want to control the e5 square, and I'm not giving that up so easily. Okay, that I'm interested in. And now what? I thought there's a pawn here now. All that just to play e5? I don't think that's such a good idea. All right, I'm back. I'm back. And no e5 for you, my friend. A5 is not E5. Okay, now I can finish my development. Okay. Fine. Fine. Let's maybe bring the bishop back so it's not attacked when push comes to shove here, which I think it's going to. Okay, and then knight f4 e5, right? Like my knight on c3. I'm gonna try to improve it. Maybe go to c1 and b3, or take on b4. If that's the way the cookie will crumble. Pawn is a pawn after all. And one day, if I grow up, I can win an endgame a pawn up. Knight takes knight, pawn takes e5. I can take on e5, and then at some point play d4. That's my idea. Otherwise, the c pawn becomes weak. Yeah, there we go. Okay, that's what I wanted. That's all I wanted, really. The bishop is still in shambles out there on g7. And now b4, I was thinking, but that's obviously wrong because black takes and plays c5. And who knows what happens then. I guess just rook c1, but then queen b6. So my knight needs improvement. I'm not afraid of c5. Bishop d6 is nice, so I'm going to play knight c1 first. I'll play knight d3 or knight b3 and improve my knight. On queen b6, I have queen b3. That's nice too. And otherwise, I'm just improving. Well, yes, trades are good for the side that's up a pawn. And there it goes. Perfect. Now, no trouble whatsoever. I can even play h5 at some point if I'm worried about my stupid h1. But for now, I can just reserve my good spots for my good pieces. Okay. No, I don't play h5 yet. Okay, I'm going to put the rook on c1. And let's bring in the knight. Actually, that's a pawn sack of sorts, right? Queen can probably take on b2 now. Yikes. That was stupid. Alright, but now I can play h5 at least. Right, of course. Just take everything. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the 7th rank. Good things happen on the 7th rank sometimes. Okay, queen e7, rook f8. Well, I'll try it and then see. Rook b1 or rook c1? I mean, rook c7. C7 probably. Huh. Okay. Okay, hopefully everyone here in the black camp understands that they have to be defending forever. I hope that's very clear. Because I'm trying to make it clear. And meanwhile, I'll be going after that kingside situation. Queen f5, queen h5, and so forth. Okay. Well, oh, rook b1, bishop b4. Okay, so I have to go bishop f4 first. So on rook, aye, that's a nuisance. How do I win this? Where's the... It's not clear how I win this anymore. All right, trying to sound retreat. I'm sounding retreat here. Good. I'm happy about that. How does that work? Okay, I'm in, like Flynn. I'm getting a little bit okay, that's nice. Bishop e5, queen f7. How does that work? Bishop g7, queen g8 mate. All right. Ah, the old queen e7 trick. Seriously? Rook g8 looks good. I'm gonna go for that. I'm sorry, that just looks right. All right, and that looks right too. Okay. Time to resign, my friend. e4 is coming. When my king gets to d4, it'll be all over. And it doesn't need to be on d4. It can just do it from here, really. I'm queening. All right, just kidding. Okay, go back. Go back. Go back, go back, and mate on h4. Okay, well, tough game, but, you know, I managed to swing it. The key moment came when I played queen d1, and my opponent said, oh, no, no, no. Not really, don't want to trade. And that was the breakthrough. I think that endgame was holdable, and probably black should have gone for it. Penguin. Very well-known position. Rook e1. Okay. Wow, my opponent's like knows the stuff. Knows the stuff so well. Okay, let's hit some key points here. The knight, first of all. Let's see what white has in mind. I think when bishop takes knight, I'll take the knight, not the bishop, so that I have control over the e4 square. Knight e4 has to calculate queen d5 and queen takes a2, maybe, I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no, right? Queen d5, queen b5. Maybe just knight d5. Knight d5 I don't like, because then there's something on c5 happening. Play knight h5. Bishop h6 now. Oh well. Well. Let's try it. I have an idea. I have a dream. Bishop h6, bishop g5, bishop h6, knight f4. That's my dream. I don't know. It's complicated, but it's interesting. Why not try it? Bishop f8, knight f4, queen g4, rook c2. The bishop's attacked and g2 is attacked. My rook's on the 7th. Maybe it's good for white, but we have to really play very clear-cut moves at that point to show how that works. Okay, here we are. Now I'm looking at those clear-cut moves. It's a good move. Missed that. Psh. Bishop b4. Okay. And h5. Shoot. That's a shame. Unless I have knight c6. Wait, knight c6, d6. No. Bishop d2. Then h5. God, that's complicated. This is interesting idea. What if I play like this? No. Too much. I sack too much. It's not working. My opponent's thinking, and that's a bad sign. Yeah, queen f3 wins. Queen g5, knight h3. That was my idea. But that was not to be. Now what? Now what? Nothing. Just a... Oh! I missed that completely. I just missed that altogether. Oh my god. That was really unfortunate. Okay, well maybe I can make it out on Goldman at least. Take it out on good old Goldman at least. I'm gonna play this old-fashioned way. Okay. Of course, c4 was not hanging because I had queen a4 check. This is a good question. Should I take? I think I'll take. And just move in. Give black a good center, but I can maybe massage it from different places here. Maybe if I play fast this time, my opponent won't have so many chances, which happen when he complicates in the opening. That's an interesting decision. To play c5. And now that. I just need the bishop on b2, that's all. Nothing special in that move. Not trying to go anywhere special. Actually, I did screw up already, I think. The knight is trapped. Oh my god. I'm playing just off like that. Okay, well, I can still survive it a little bit. More or less. Got about my rook on a1. Be good precaution to actually move it away first. Knight d5, knight d5, knight f3, bishop f3. And then, okay, then I have bishop g5 and rook a1 on bishop a1, but knight bishop f6. Well, it's going to have to happen, so whether or not that happens, we'll see, but black can win the exchange with knight f3 if he wants to. It's another possibility, certainly. Maybe I should have started with bishop h6, I don't know. Huh. Well, let's take it. I think I'm doing fine here. So I have this nice move here. And then bishop f4. Wow. And now knight g8. Well, let's try it. I can take the rook. I can take the bishop. If I take the bishop, at least bishop e5 is okay for black. Slightly worse, but okay. But if he goes rook d7, knight e6 and knight c5. So I should take the bishop, really. Which bishop then? This bishop. Let's take that bishop. I don't know why I'm doing that. That's silly, I think. Because that knight is... Alright, let's try it. No, now it's good. Now it's winning. But I think black had to just like ignore my knight, let me take on a1, and then deal with it. And that was the best way to do it. Now he's lost. Poor Goldman that he is. Now even knight g5 wins. Knight g5, rook a1, h6, knight a3, and then some bishop move. Or knight c5. Which is better? I don't even know. I think this is simpler. So rook c7, I have not only rook takes bishop, followed by bishop e3, but just knight a4. And that's just scrumptious. Yeah, with Goldman, you gotta be up on time. If you're up on time, you're in good shape. Yeah, this is nice. Very nice. 2 extra pawns. All right. Let's make it simple for everybody, right? Okay, let's go with it. Now black is going to play king d4, king c3. I'm going to play rook h6 and goodbye. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. That'll make everybody very happy. Anybody who's trying to get something. Okay, we'll take a look at this game. This was actually an interesting finale here. And I think I was not doing that great. Yeah, goodbye. All right. How about this one? All right. All right, I'm going to just pretend nothing's happening. And queen my G and H pawns, that's all. That's serious. Yeah, no G7, because that would be a little bit too easy. Now some thinking has to go into black's counterplay, I think. Some serious consideration here. Okay, well, I decided not to consider it anymore. Okay, so yeah, let's take a look at what happened here. So this was an interesting opening, but you know, with various innuendos. But generally, the situation is roughly even, I would say. And at some point, I needed to really play rook b1 or bishop b2, I think. But I went in for it, all the way in. And now, really, the problem is e6 is a big threat, so I have to really save my knight. So I went here, knight takes knight, and knight takes, because otherwise e6 is just very strong. And black takes on c4. So I thought knight f3 was a possibility, but then here I also have some counterplay. For example, bishop g5, and on bishop f6 I can take and just come back, hitting this square. And I mean, that all those guys are falling apart. So after I take a couple of those pawns, I'll have a safe position plus some runners, which is pretty good. So black maybe shouldn't have even gone into all of this. Maybe just played like simple bishop b7 or something, but he decided it's time to act, so he does. And now I take. Now maybe bishop g5, or maybe even bishop g6, but bishop g5 looked actually quite good too. But I took, and now, okay, this was an interesting move. Queen h4, threatening something over here, and maybe rook takes d6 as well. But I went for this endgame, and knight c6. And now bishop f4. Yeah, and here I think black should have just said, yeah, whatever, move the bishop somewhere. f6, maybe c3. And the problem is if I take on d6, this is a nasty pin. And otherwise, it's not clear how I'm getting my compensation because the trades are happening. So this is what black should have played. Instead, he played bishop b7, which is just a blunder, because now knight d8, and now I just took on g2. And here again, rook e7, and I thought if rook takes bishop, then rook e8. And how do I defend the knight? If I play bishop g5, h6 is coming. I have like a cool idea maybe here. Rook takes and bishop a5. That's maybe equal, but that's the best I can probably do here. So yeah, here this was a mistake again. I should have taken the rook first. And then, but I don't like bishop e5. Oh man, I missed rook d5 here. Just winning a pawn. I mean, black has some drawing chances, but you know, drawing chances is exactly that, chances. Instead, I took and check, and yeah, this is just over, because I mean, I had another possibility. I could have played knight g5 check, and that was also strong. I was kind of wondering about king f6, rook takes h6, and g5, but really, you know, the position is pretty awful for black. It just seemed like an easier win if I just go into the rook and pawn ending. And yeah, this is just completely hopeless for black. Okay, the bishop trade, I guess. And now once I tie black up to the 6th rank, it's pretty much over, right? And here, when the pawns went that far, the key thing to notice was that if g7, rook takes h7, followed by rook takes rook, something I don't want to allow, so I just take here, and it's pretty much game over after that. So let's see, how did that debacle go? So I managed the +2 score after all, but that was pretty bad in my opinion. In any case, I'll see you guys next week, and stay tuned and fasten your seatbelts for some of the best elite chess any month will ever see. We're gonna have so many great tournaments with all the best players in the world playing. It'll be just a joy to watch and root for your favorites. And with that, I bid you adieu and see you next week. This was Take It to the Max Show with Grandmaster Max Dlugy.